everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, I have an absolutely wild story for you all. This is the story of a market woman, Mama Nkechi, who everyone in her village thought was just a regular tomato seller. But Mama Nkechi was far from ordinary. Her tomatoes, well, they didn't come from any farm. They came from the underworld, from deep beneath the ocean waves. So let me take you to this small but busy village by the coast. This place had a market where everyone gathered every day. And in the heart of the market was Mama Nkechi's stall. She was an older woman, round and friendly, always with a bright red headscarf wrapped around her head. She had the juiciest, most vibrant tomatoes we'd ever seen. And her stall was always overflowing with tomatoes. The thing is, no one ever saw her getting tomatoes from the usual farms. Her tomatoes were different, plumpy, rich, and tasted like nothing you'd ever eaten. People would queue up from early morning just to get their hands on her tomatoes. Now, as time went on, people started noticing some strange things. Other sellers in the market, especially the ones who sold tomatoes, couldn't help but feel jealous. I mean, their tomatoes just didn't compare. So they started asking questions. Where does Mama Nkechi get all those tomatoes? They whispered to each other. How come hers are always so much better than ours? Some even started spying on her, trying to figure out her secrets. But here's the thing, Mama Nkechi never bought from the local farms. And she never seemed to be getting deliveries. No trucks, no baskets arriving at dawn, nothing. One day, a young boy named Chike, who lived near the village or the market, decided to follow her after market hours. He'd always been curious about Mama Nkechi, and he was determined to find out where those tomatoes came from. So as the sun set and the market emptied, he hid behind those stalls, watching as Mama Nkechi packed up her things. But instead of heading home, she took a different route that led towards the coast. Hmm. Chike, full of curiosity, followed her quietly. Keeping his distance, Mama Nkechi walked and walked and walked until she reached a secluded part of the beach, completely deserted, except for the sound of the waves crashing against the shore. That's when it happened. Mama Nkechi stood by the water and called out a name. She spoke in a language Chike had never heard before. The waters began to churn, and suddenly something unbelievable happened. A large figure, half human, half creature, emerged from the waves. It was as an underworld. It was a being from the underworld. Chike was frozen with fear as he watched this creature, dripping with sea water, offer Mama Nkechi a basket filled with tomatoes. Those plumpy red tomatoes everyone in the market loved so much. That is the same tomatoes that this being from the underwater is offering Mama Nkechi. Mama Nkechi smiled warmly and spoke with the creature like they've known each other before, like they were old friends. It became clear Mama Nkechi had made some sort of deal with this underworld being in exchange for something. She was given these magical tomatoes. But what was the price? That's the part no one knew. After getting her tomatoes, Mama Nkechi disappeared back into the village. Remember, she did not trek back home. She did not walk and walk and walk. No, she simply vanished into thin air back to the village, leaving Chike shaking with fear and excitement. Yes, fear because he didn't know whether Mama Nkechi saw him and he didn't know what would happen next. But excited at least that he now knows the source of Mama Nkechi's plumpy tomatoes. He ran back home, eager to tell someone, but who would believe him? Well, the next day, the market was as lively as ever. Mama Nkechi was at her stall, selling her magical tomatoes like nothing had happened, like Chike had not seen her. But Chike couldn't keep quiet. He told his friends, who told their parents, and soon the whole village was buzzing with rumors. People confronted Mama Nkechi, demanding to know the truth. Mama Nkechi, better tell us wetin dey happen? How come? Where you dey even buy dis your tomatoes? Where do you buy your own tomatoes? How come your own tomatoes is always plumpy, is always fresh? We never see any delivery. We never see any car, any truck pulling up to, deliver your tomatoes. We don't see any basket. We don't see anything at all. How come? Where are you getting your own tomatoes and you don't buy from the local farm? Where do you get your own tomatoes? They were demanding to know the truth. At first, she denied it. Please, I don't know what you people are talking about, so please, people should just let me be. Saying the boy was just imagining things. But as more and more people questioned her, she finally admitted, yes, so the tomatoes were indeed from the underworld, given to her by ocean spirits in exchange for keeping their secrets. The villagers were shocked, but Mama Nkechi wasn't afraid. She explained that the spirit had been helping her for years, and as long as she respected their ways, nothing bad would happen. People were torn. Some feared the underworld and refused to buy from her again. Others didn't care and just wanted the best tomatoes in the market. Well, news of Chike's discovery spread quickly. As soon enough, the whole village was buzzing. Some were frightened, others were intrigued. That evening, a group of brave elders decided to confront Mama Nkechi. At first, she chuckled and tried to brush them off, but eventually her expression changed, and with a deep sigh, she confessed, yes, it's true. She explained that the ocean spirit only wanted peace in exchange for their gifts. The village had prospered because of her, and the tomatoes brought life to their meals and businesses, but there was more to the story, but she didn't tell them. And what only she knew was the real cost. The underworld was always watching, and she had to make sure their bargain remained intact. If I stop, the balance will break, she whispered ominously, and the ocean will come for what it is owed. The elders, caught between greed and fear, backed away. Mama Nkechi smiled, continuing her business as usual, as if nothing had happened. From that day on, no one in the village ever questioned Mama Nkechi. Her store continued to thrive, and the tomatoes kept coming, redder and juicier than ever. But there were whispers. Some said they saw strange figures by the shore at night. Others claimed they heard the waves speaking. As for Mama Nkechi, she stayed in the market until her final days. Her tomatoes as legendary as ever. But when she passed away, the ocean withdrew, taking its secret with it, and no one in the village could ever grow tomatoes like hers again. Was it a blessing or a curse? Or just the price of making deals with the underworld? Thank you so much for watching this story time. What do you think about Mama Nkechi's deal with the spirits? Would you have continued buying those tomatoes? Or is the price too high? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more incredible stories. Until next time, ciao!